Hello everyone, welcome back to the third lecture of week 5. In the fifth week, we are talking about search marketing, and in the search marketing, if you remember the last lecture, in the last lecture we talked about search engine optimization. We have started discussing about search engine optimization, and in search engine optimization today we will continue discussion on search engine optimization. That is why I have kept it as SEO 1 and SEO 2, because whatever we have started in the second lecture will continue in this third lecture. So, let us discuss. If you remember from the previous lecture, in the previous lecture we have introduced this continuous process of search engine optimization, where we discussed about website audit. In the previous lecture we have discussed that what does website audit means, what does it holds for any organization, for any website or brand. So, website audit, as we have discussed, is a way in which we understand where we stand and where our website stand in terms of search engine optimizations. So, we have discussed various aspects, as in the keyword, the speed of the website, the domain, the backlinks, all those things we have discussed in website audit. And there are various free tools there are various tools through which you can actually check different aspects of website audit, and then you can decide on how to improve that. So, once you know where you stand, you have a clear understanding that what has to be done. So, accordingly you have to focus. So, in order to optimize website content is again very important aspect of improving the visibility of your website. So, website content, it refers to all the informations contained on the web page in the form of text, images, audio, video, animations, hyperlinks, etc. So, whatever information is available on web page on your website, it is a combination of text, images, audio, videos, animation, hyperlinks and so on. So, all those plays a very important role, because on one side it is giving information about your company, about your brand. On other side it should be such that it catch holds of the attention of the users. It should give user a wonderful experience in navigating your web pages, in browsing your web pages. It should be aesthetic, it should be something which is enriching, it should be something which is pleasant experience for the users. So, that is why website content overall plays a very important role. So, website contents are I would say, not only the costume, but also what is inside you. That is again very important aspect of the website content. So, good content is imperative for the website to do well and accepted among the users or the potential customers. So, if your content is sensible, if your content is relevant, for example, you talk about comparison. So, for example, you are a website which provides comparison of different products that you choose, but if I go there, rather than giving a good comparison, you are only advertising different products. So, as a user, it would not be a very great experience for me, because you have claimed that you are giving comparisons on different aspect, but once I visit your website, it is only giving advertisement rather than giving the fair comparison. So, you have to be true to your customer, you have to be true to your user, you have to be true with the originality of the content that you provide. So, all those things plays a very important role in shaping a good content. So, if you give good content, you would be accepted, you would be applauded by the users. So, content in SEO refers to creating content that helps your web pages rank high in the search engines. So, if you give good content, it would attract more website traffic, it would be shared by users, it would be talked among the users, users will be referring it to their networks. So, all those is building the trust and credibility of your website, which improves your ranking in search engine pages. So, it includes everything from matter, that is specifically the content, to the structure of the website. Whether, for example, if you want to search, for example, in a bank you want to search the facility, how to apply the online demand draft, Now the website structure should be such that you can, okay, this is the services, you go into the services, you click services and you see there that there is this. For example, you want to get the information about the credit card. So there should be specific tab cards. In cards you go to credit cards, in credit card go to various services that they provide in the cards. For example, it is not well organized, then the user will be confused, he will be visiting every. So for example, you don't know in which room your guest is staying in any hotel. So it is not possible to knock every door and ask whether you are my guest or you are the person whom I want to meet. So better you have, you know the structure. Okay, in the first floor we have this room to this room, in second floor this room to this room, and our guest is staying in this particular room which is on the fourth floor. So I will directly go to the fourth floor, from there I will take left or right, whatever. So I should have a clear understanding to reach to my guest. Similarly, any internet user should have a clarity about the website architect of the website, so it should be seamless. So that is how you have to structure your website to give the users a very wonderful experience. So content is key to the users, not only in liking the website, but ultimately sharing the website among their networks. So content on the website should be original with appealing aesthetics that I was emphasizing on. So there are various ways. Robots.txt, it is a text file that helps regulate the web crawlers and ensure that the website content is crawled and accessed. So this is a file that should be saved or stored into the root location of the website, which gives the overall information about your website, website content, and it facilitates the crawlers to crawl the information and to index it. So it facilitates the search engines in crawling and indexing your website content. Also, you should organize your website in a very lucid way. So you need to use the descriptive URLs. For example, you have to use this, not this, right? So here you can see www.examples. So we are talking about pets, and specifically we are talking about cats. So here we have reached here, but here we don't know what does this 2 means, what does this means, right? So only computer may be understanding. So this is not very much clear, but here it is very much clear. For example, say this is bank.com. So any XYZ bank, in their cards, in cards services. So this URL should be very specific. So directly you can put it in your website. So if you want this particular service, you can visit, you can click on this, or you can type this URL, you can search this URL and you can directly visit that page. But again, if it is written in place of cards, say 3, and in place of here some ABCD or something like that, so again it is not very appealing, right? So we need to use the descriptive URL. Also it should be properly grouped. So like in policies there is a return policy, in cards there would be say in cards again we can put like this, cards, in cards there could be credit card, right? So all these things. So in this way you need to group topic wise the similar pages in different directories, and in this way you can also reduce the duplicate content. So duplicate content should be reduced to facilitate the web pages to be crawled and indexed in a very proper way. So you also need to make the site interesting and useful. The text should be easy to read and it should be well organized. It should be very pleasing. The font size, the font color, or the font type, all those things matter. So it should be pleasant, it should be readable, it should be appealing to the users. The content should be unique, it should be original, it should be different, it should be updated. So you need to update. So for example, the FD rates or say saving rates. So saving rates for example have increased from 3% to 4%, but on your website it is showing 3% only, because this is the data of the last month. Last month it was 3%, but in the recent time it have, for example, it has increased to 4%, but now you haven't updated it on your website. So that is going to have a very bad impression about your organization, about your website. So your content has to be up to date, it should be helpful, it should be reliable, and it should be people first. It should be user friendly, it should be consumer friendly, it should be helping, it should be, it should be good in navigating or browsing through your web pages, and also the information that is provided on your website should be reliable. It should not be that, okay, your website is saying we will be giving you 4% rate of return on savings, but you actually visit the bank and the bank says, okay, no, we will not go give 4%, it is, I don't know what is written in the website, we are giving 3% only. So that should not be there, it should be reliable. And expect what readers search items, so what the readers will search for. So for example, if they want to buy a car, what keywords they will use, for example, comfortable cars, economical cars, or when they are buying the car, they are more concerned about, the average it is giving. For example, if you want to buy a smartphone, so whenever you want to go to buy a smartphone, that is, I am giving you the information based on the survey. There is one survey. So whenever a person goes for a smartphone, majority of people, they are concerned about the battery life. That is the topmost concern. So whenever, for example, if you are selling a smartphone, then you should attach this word battery or battery life or high battery life or something like that. So it should be there in the keywords. So you need to expect your readers search items. So smartphone with good battery life, smartphone with a good camera, or this much megapixel camera, or any OS or whatever, right? Also avoid distracting advertisement. There should not be any distracting advertisement. On your website you are giving various advertisement of your own products, or you are giving backlinks for some other products. So you try to avoid those distracting or all those misleading advertisement also. Also you need to provide link to the relevant sources you in your content, if possible. If necessary, then you provide a link to the contents. For example, in banks also, for example, you can say that the saving rate have increased from 3 to 4%, and there by the notification of RBI. So probably you can provide the link of the RBI notification. So when the user click it, it is routed to the RBI link. So in this way you can attach your website with the website of the RBI. So also RBI is a trusted organization. In this way you can also develop or increase your credibility of your website. So a relevant title link and snippets. So the URL, whatever title link is, basically when you search anything on the search engine, you get many links you get, right? So there would be something on the title. It is not necessarily the URL, it is the title, what is reflected in the links. So that you have to define, and it should be relevant, and you can also provide snippets. If you remember, we have discussed about it in the links also, there is certain snippets, supplementary information is given at the end, at the third or fourth line of the search engines. You can also add images to your site and optimize them, or the videos you can add also, and you can optimize the videos as well. So all this gives an enriching experience for the users, and it is somehow going to help them in navigating your content seamlessly. Then there is on-page optimization and off-page optimization. As we have been discussing, on-page optimizations are the modification that you do with the content, or whatever you do that is with the pages, web pages that you own of your website. So it refers to the process of undertaking a series of changes on the website so as to ensure that search engine finds the website that delivers relevant content to the potential users. So how you are going to make different improvements on your website pages so that the crawlers, the search engines, they find you and they put you, or they rank you on a higher list. So you need to optimize your web page. So there are various ways. I said we need to improve the website content, we have to improve the keywords, we have to improve the URLs. So all those things we need to improve. Similarly, off pages are beyond or apart from the website development. So it refers to the effort to improve the website's unpaid search engine rankings without making changes on the website itself. So you are not making the changes in website itself, that comes under on page optimization. Apart from that, how you are going to make your website popular, how you are going to optimize that. So this is very wonderful information provided by Shemras. So it says there are various ways in which you can do on-page SEO and off-page. So on-page SEO, as I have discussed already, site content, whatever contents your sites hold, whether they are relevant or not, whether they are updated or not, whether they are unique and original or not. So that is going to improve your on-page SEO. Similarly, the keywords you have, the title tags that will appear on search engines, the meta description. So meta description is the key informations of the whole web page. So that is the meta, is basically metadata is the data of data. So how consolidated description of the whole website pages. So the headers, the URLs, internal linkings, how you are going to link, as I have given you the example of RBI links. External linkings, how someone else, that is backlink, that is it talks about. Then images, user, how you are going to engage the users. What is the page speeds, we have already talked about. Then obviously featured snippets and schema markup that we have already discussed. Similarly, off-page SEO, there are various ways in which you do off-page SEOs. So these off-page SEOs are you're not going to improve, you're not going to work on the website pages, your web pages, you're not working on those. Apart from there, how you are going to, so for example, one thing is you prepare a good website, you prepare a wonderful website, very lucid, very content rich, very seamless, very aesthetic and all you have done, but no one is knowing about the website, how you are going to improve it, right? So you need to aware people about your website, you're going to make it popular. So that is again important. So that can be done through link building. Content marketing is a technique where you are going to popularize your content of the website. Then local SEO you can do, you can use the social media, you can we have been discussing this also, social media strategies. So in social media also, on your website there should have social media plugins. So there should be social media plugins, as in the content reflecting on your web pages, they should have a system through which the users can share them on their social media. In this way, they, for example, there is a good information and the customer wants to share it on his or her social media accounts, say Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. So they should have a system through which they can do it. So in this way you are going to be more popular. In this way you are going to popularize your website. So there should be, then you can also have influencer marketing, various influencer marketing you can hire, you can collaborate with the influencer marketing, and they may speak about your website, about the product and services you provide. Also public relations, in which you are going to provide information, you are developing a good PR with the consumers. Guest posting, various, you can ask various guests and they can post different content on your, like blogs and all those things. Vloggers you can add, so all those things. Brand mentions, so hashtag, for example, hashtag on social medias, brand mentions at different other websites also. So all those you can you can perform to ensure the off page search engine optimization. Also there are various social media strategies. So social media are becoming increasingly important in search engine optimization. So search engine considers various social signals such as likes, shares, comments, retweet, etc. So they are taking these cues, they are taking these social signals as user feedback. How engaged your social media account with the users, so how you are engaging your users. So for example, if your users are liking your post, they are sharing your post, they are commenting on your post, then obviously you get you have a good user engagement. In that way you are a trusted, you are a credible website, and it is going to improve your ranking in the search results. So content that is engaging and content that is engaging and getting organic traction is considered to be of good quality by the search engines. So for example, your website, your brand becomes very popular on the social media. So obviously the users, they will land to your website and they will try to get information from your website. So in that way you are going to attract website traffic. So that itself means that content is engaging and you will get the organic tractions, right. Maintenance of SEO is again important, as we have been discussing that SEO is something that should be maintained for a long term. It is not a one time efforts. See, search engine optimization is a continuous effort. If you remember the diagram, so it is a continuous effort. So every time you do your website audit, है ना? So on a constant basis you keeps on doing website audit, and if there is some variation, then again you follow different methods. So it could be technical changes could be there, it could be on site, so it could be technical, it could be on site or on page, or it could be off site, right. So these three primarily you have to work. So this is a regular, it is a continuous process. SEO, as we have already established, is something which is not one time process. It takes time, it takes commitment, it takes consistency. So it is not one time task, as the search engine algorithm, it changes constantly. So every time it is going to change, their algorithm is going to change, their methodology of crawling and indexing is going to change, and if your contents are not up to date, if your contents are not relevant and contemporary, the user will not be attracted to your website. So you have to be consistent, so in maintaining it in a regular basis. So SEO should be done on a regular basis by posting new posts and updates, so as to maintain your web presence and rank in the SERP. So it is a continuous activity, it is a continuous process that goes on. So again, in maintenance of search engine optimization, there are two popular techniques of maintenance or search engine optimization. One is considered to be black hat and another is a white hat, right. So black hat are those strategies which is not considered to be ethical or sometimes not considered to be good, because it is done to ensure, it is a wrong way or an unethical way to ensuring that your website, it gets good ranking. So it is a way it is a way in which you design your website to be ranked good. So rather like even the Google, they say that you should design your website not to ensure good rankings, rather you should design your website to ensure good user experience. So that is again happening with the institutions as well. We are bound by the rankings. So now institutions, they are running behind rankings rather than focusing on the contents in many times. So we need to understand this. Then again, black hat strategies like duplicate content, invisible text and stuffed keywords. So duplicate content. So every web pages, they might have architectural web pages, they have site maps, but there is a duplicate content on every sitemap, or they have created the sitemap but it is under maintenance or under something like that. So cloaking and redirecting the user from other site to your page, that is again very bad. Linking from sites which is not relevant content, which does not have relevant content. So these, though they are going to improve your search engine rankings, though it is going to improve search engine optimizations, however the companies, they do it, it is not always you don't have to go to extreme. There is always rather I would say there is a good concept also between black and white, there is a gray also, gray hat. So this is again very contemporary, which is coming nowadays. So gray hat is something which is not illegal, right, it is not illegal, but again there are techniques in which you are going to improve. If you have to there has to be some strategies in which you have to take some steps which might not be does not sounds good, but it is needed, right. So white hat is like the good strategies that you follow to optimize in the search engine's results. So we have discussed this, like relevant contents you provide, well labeled images. So images should be properly tagged. So that is nothing but we call it as image tag. So any tag, any image that should be properly named, should be properly labeled. So relevant links and reference. So if you are giving some links, if you are giving some references, is good. Complete sentences with good spelling and grammar. This is very important. Standards that complies the HTML requirements. Unique and relevant title pages. For example, if you search something, you get some link which says, for example, car comparison. So for example, if you click on the car comparison, when you go there, there is no system of comparing the car. So what is happening here, the title tag or the title page, it is misleading, right? So that should not be there. So it should be relevant. So it should be unique as well as it should be relevant. Then only it is going to help your search engine optimization, it is going to facilitate. So we need to understand that search engine optimization is very important. It plays a very pivotal role in for any organization to ensure your website visibility, to ensure that you rank good in the search engine result pages. There are different ways in which you can do it. You have to work on the technical aspect to ensure that your web pages are crawled and indexed in a proper way, and then there are on page, that is on site optimization, where you're going to improve the overall content and quality and structure of your web contents. And then there are off pages or off site optimization, where you are going to improve other things, or whether you are going to ensure or maintain the other aspect which is going to popularize your website, like social media or some other aspects also, by affiliate marketing, say content marketing or influencer marketing. All those things you can do to popularize your website. So you have to be very active in optimizing this, because search engine marketing, it has good scope, and it is going to be very helpful for your organization. So this was search engine optimization. In the upcoming lectures, we will be discussing about search engine marketing, which is the paid version of search marketing. That is all for today's lecture. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.